Our beloved children of primary 4, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you in this lesson for today. And if you look at today's lesson, see we are continuing with the population. But today we are going to look at the overpopulation and underpopulation. So I want you to be very attentive, because some of you cannot differentiate the two words, over and the under. So we are going to begin with overpopulation. So when we talk of overpopulation is when an area, is when the number of people in an area is bigger than or is more than the available resources. The number of people in an area is greater than the available resources. Like an example, you look at the urban areas. People are many and there are few resources. So that one is called the overpopulation. So you see that overpopulation, this is when the number of people in an area is greater than the available resources. Like an example, we can talk of the social services. Social services cannot be enough for people. Even land can also not be enough for people. So where people are many and the resources are few, that one is called the overpopulation. What can lead to overpopulation? Or what are the causes of overpopulation? What can make an area to have many people? One, we have favorable climate. Look at areas with a plenty of rainfall, or places near water bodies, places near mountains. Such areas have got a high population. Why? They have favorable climate. So areas with favorable climate are densely populated than areas with an unfavorable climate. So the first factor is a favorable climate. Then we have better social services. Look at urban areas. In urban areas where there are better social services, look at the hospitals, look at the schools, look at the roads in urban areas. So areas that have got a better social services, such areas have many people. So just look at the area where you're saying, if people are many, then there should be some factors as well that areas having many people. So where you have better social services, such areas have a dense population. Then you have availability of goods in an area. Look at places where people are carrying out to trade. Such areas have got many people. Then you also have industrialization of an area. When you talk of industrialization, this is the process of setting up industries in an area. So places that have got many industries, such areas have got a dense population, or they have many people. Now, after looking at some of the factors that can lead to overpopulation, we can also look at the advantages and the disadvantages. What are the advantages of a high population and what are the disadvantages of a high population? Look at now places where people are many. What are the benefits of having a large population in a country? So you're saying one, a high population leads to high tax collection. The government will end up collecting money from people. And if you look at the sources of government revenue, there's what we call taxes, or you can say taxation. And taxation or taxes, this is the major source of government revenue. So a high population leads to high tax collection. Then you also have easy provision of cheap labor. There will be easy provision of labor. Remember, when you look of labor, under labor, we have three types. One, we have the skilled labor. We have skilled labor. If you look at skilled labor is the labor provided by people who are trained. So trained people provide skilled labor. Like an example, you can talk of the doctors, you can talk of the teachers, you can talk of the engineers. So people who are trained provide skilled labor. Then you also have unskilled Unskilled labor is provided by people who are not trained. For example, you can talk of the porters and you also have the wheelbarrow pushers. So we are saying that a high population is provision of labor. So it can either be skilled labor or it can be unskilled labor. Then you also have wider market for goods. If you look at areas, places that have got many people, such areas have a market for their goods. So areas that have got many people, let's say market for goods. That's why you see that in urban areas, many people are coming out to trade. Why? There is market for goods. Then we can also look at the disadvantages. What are the disadvantages of a high population? Or what are the disadvantages of a large population? They can use the word high or they can use the word large. So if that's to give the advantages of a large population, don't say that for us we have high population. Some say that you can either use the word high or you can use the word large. What are the advantages of a large population? So a large population is the same as a high population. Now we can look at the disadvantages of a high population. We are saying that the first one, that is easy spread of diseases. Look at places that have got many people. In the case of disease outbreaks, then many people will end up being affected. Like an example, we are talking of COVID-19. And one way of controlling is that we are not supposed to be overcrowded, or we should not go and stay in areas where people are many. So if you look at places where you have many people, in the case of the disease outbreak, then many people can be affected. So the first one we are saying that a high population is spread of diseases. Now you can think of the examples of diseases that you can give. For instance, we can talk of malaria as one of the diseases. Then the second point, we are saying that a large population or a high population leads to land fragmentation. Now they can ask you what is land fragmentation. Land fragmentation is the division of land into small plots. For instance, this is your piece of land. Then now you keep on dividing into smaller plots. That one is called the land fragmentation. So a high population, it is to land fragmentation. And when we keep on dividing land into smaller plots, then this will lead to low production of food in an area. Then we have high crime rates. Places that have got many people, there are many chances of people committing crimes. So we are talking about high crime rates. Then you also have poor sanitation. Look at places that are congested. For example, look at the slums in urban areas. Such places have got poor sanitation. Then you also have unemployment, or we can say shortage of jobs. A high population leads to shortage of jobs in an area. People are many and the jobs are going to be few. So one of the disadvantages of a high population, we are saying that a high population leads to unemployment, or you can say shortage of jobs. Then you have development of slums. Last time we looked at the meaning of slums. We said that slums are congested places with poor houses and even poor sanitation. So if you look at places like in urban areas have got the slums. So in slums you are going to find houses with or houses that were poorly built. Then even when the sanitation is not good. So these are some of the disadvantages that we can give under a high population. But before I end my lesson, allow me to go through briefly. So we have said that overpopulation is when the number of people in an area is more than available resources. Then which factors can lead to a high population in an area? One, we talked of favorable climate, better social services, availability of goods in an area. Then we also talked of industrialization of an area. Then what are the benefits or what are the advantages of having a high population? We have said that a high population leads to high tax collection. Then we have is the provision of cheap labor. And remember, under labor I told you that we have types of labor. We have given you two. We have the skilled labor and we also have the unskilled labor. Then we have that a high population or a large population creates market for goods. Then we also look at disadvantages of a high population. We talked of easy spread of diseases, land fragmentation, high crime rates, poor sanitation, unemployment, and also development of slums. So my beloved children of primary 4, I want to appreciate you for being attentive to me.